Welcome back everyone to Pineleaf Plays the Rune-keeper. Now it is time for us to head into the Prancing Pony and talk to Strider and find out what is going on with Skorgrim. If you remember, we were sent from Erlewine to find Skorgrim, or at least find news about Skorgrim, or warn Strider about this. Combat run speed boost. One of those things I always forget to use. Usually if I'm in combat and need to run very fast, I'm probably not of a mind to remember that I have these things. Hello there. Are you Strider?
Your tidings are grim.
Your tidings are grim. If Skorgrim escaped, then we can assume that he'll want vengeance. Given time, he and the Dour Hands will regroup. You were brave to stand against him, but I'm afraid we'll need use of your courage once again.
There is little time to waste.
The Dour Hands Lord fled to Bree-land after his defeat, and not by mere chance. I see the hand of the Captain of the Nine in all of these affairs, and in the West, in the Shire, and in Bree-land. We must unravel the thread of his plans, and I believe I know how. To the east of Bree there is a black-walled camp, which my men have been watching closely. A shadow has recently spread across the camp. I believe it is here that Amdir has gone, and this dwarf lord as well. I don't know who this Amdir is, but this dwarf lord is the one I'm seeking. There we must go, and there we must end Amdir's life, if that can still be called living. We will wait for nightfall, and then make our move against the Black Wolves. Speak with me again when you're ready to depart. Alright, could you give me a lesson in who are the Black Wolves, why are they there, and who this Amdir is? Well, maybe not.
Are you ready to leave?
Are you prepared to travel yet? If so, let's go. Alright, and now we are finally starting Book 1, Chapter 1 of the epic storyline.
Strider and the Rangers pursue their fallen brother Amdir to the Blackwolves' camp, but not all is as it seems.
Now, in case you wonder who this Amdir is, he is a character that you meet during the
There is evil afoot.
man side, during the Archet side of the storyline. You go into him a little bit on the Hobbit side before you head over to the Shire, but is very much part of the storyline when you're on the man side, going through Archet and eventually up to Bree here. Can he feel the chill in the air? It is no natural cold, but the chill of fear, of evil. I doubt not that Amdir is here, but there is a greater evil as well. We should split our strength. Of course, you always split the party, right? For the good of Middle-earth, none can be allowed to escape. Langland and I will look to another way inside, while you and Torthon search for Amdir. We must be quick now, before the evil bursts forth from here and threatens all of Bree-land. Yes. It's time to act. Well, those two will go and press ahead. Press one way, we'll press the other way. And we wait for the quest ring to change after all this dramatic pause. There we go.
Are you ready?
Come with me. It is time to deal with Amdir and these brigands. If Amdir escapes, it could spell doom for Middle-earth. Yes, Amdir used to be a ranger, got stuck with the Morgul blade, started to turn all evil and nasty. You know, the usual type of story. Now some of the Black Wolves are too scared to do anything. If you really wanted to, I guess you could blast them to pieces. But as you can see, he doesn't care about that. So, now this is the start of the epic storyline for Bree, and it continues for, I believe, 15 books for Volume 1. 9 books for Volume 2. Speaking of 15. 9 books for Volume 2. Volume 3 currently has 13 books, though I get the impression that it will have... I suspect it's going to have 14 books in the end. And who knows what they're planning on Volume 4. And of course, tons of side quests. Now what we were going to have here is after we get done with the early quests for the epic, well, that was a bit of a jump. We have to worry about the class quest, which is going to be a real thriller, because the Rune-keeper has a real dilly of a class quest.
Silently now. Darkness approaches.
Down here, in the southern corner of the camp, the source of the Black Wolf's fear is here. Come! Yes. What can scare the brigands? Whack. That's the problem about when you go on quests with people. Whenever they enter combat, they turn on some sort of checkpoint, which they always go back to the checkpoint before they continue along the path. And it's an annoying feature of these games. And here's Skorgrim! Now to deal with you, Ranger! Oh, we're not allowed to attack him for some reason. We could attack these rats. And the sparrow white. He's in the way. And indeed, White Slayer. Yes, welcome to Bree-land, where you get to kill tons and tons of sparrow whites. Alright. Let's see. Do I have any... I never bothered getting any potions, but... If I remember correctly... Well then. Eat a blueberry muffin. That'll get rid of it.
Stay a moment.
Who was that dwarf? And what power has he to command whites? That's that Skorgrim dour hand that I came asking about. Oh, that's right. Strider might not have told you about him. That the Black Wolves were in terror of that creature is certain, but I still sense something greater still in these ruins. And where's Amdir? Perhaps beyond the gate? Well, I just want to know what we could do about getting rid of Skorgrim. Alright, what have we got here? Uh-oh. You shall not interfere. Amdir is now a servant of the Great Eye. Now, Amdir, take the robes of Kargu, the Forsworn. My lords, the rangers are here. The fools are too late. Amdir's change is complete. Come, brethren, we must go. Now is not the time to fight. Alright. We have this guy Eogan we must kill first. Eogan used to be a major character in the Hobbit Man intro that you have in there, but as far as I know, his role was pretty much chopped down to the one you have here, being quick villain to kill in this instance. And if you're an elf or a dwarf, it looks like Amdir has a similar fate. Sorry, Amdir. Be at peace. Okay.
It's a sorry day.
It is a day of both dreary and joyous. It grieves me that we were forced to slay Amdir, but a relief that he should now know peace. I will lead you back to Strider. I will return to my camp. There we go.
It's a sorry.
The Nazgul have crossed the Eisen and are heading for the Shire. The hobbits must be quick-footed enough to escape the wrath of the Nine. And we can only hope that Frodo slips through the traps of the enemy.
And back to the pony.
Alas for Amdir.
It grieves my heart that the enemy were able to turn Amdir thus. He was a friend and a kinsman. My people will remember him as the man who once was, good and noble. It troubles me that the Nazgul have crossed the river and moved into Bree-land at such this time. There are events in motion which could determine the fate of Middle-earth. If you are able and willing, I may have another task for you. This is an MMO. If you weren't willing to do another task, you're playing the wrong
I have a
game.
task for you.
I am curious to know who that dwarf you encountered at the Black Wolves' camp was. Dwarves are by nature honorable and cannot be dominated by the will of any. Why this one would serve the enemy, I cannot say. Boy, do I have a long story for you. 600 years ago. I cannot say. Worse yet is the appearance of the Nazgul. I must go watch the east road, for I am expecting the travelers, and now fear they may be in danger. Would you travel to Combe and speak with the constable there named Underhill? You may know him already. I certainly don't know. The little fellow loiters around the town center. Must be a hobbit. You may suggest to Underhill to investigate the Black Wolves' old hideout. When you're done, return here with your report. Alright, very well.
What road did you take, Frodo? The ringwraiths ride openly in the Shire, but there are places which are even more terrible and dangerous. If you choose the path I fear, search for the light in the darkness.
And after all that, I wind up in Combe, assuming they ever finish loading my screen. And welcome to Combe.
How can I be of service?
Oh, hello there. You said something about a horse?
Hello there.
Thank goodness you arrived, and just in time. Oh, you know where Underhill is? No, but I know where there's a horse at. Right. Well, we'll take care of the horse later. Right now, I'm looking for Underhill. Right. Of course, we've got all those quests that you do on the man prologue here, but I'm not going to worry about those.
How do you do?
Ah, hello there. Is there something I can help you with? The Blackwolves have been broken and scattered, you say? This is good news for Combe. So the Stranger Strider thinks we should investigate Skunk Wolf's old hideout. Well now, I'm not sure of that. It's not a safe place, I hear.
Please, stay a moment.
Well, I suppose you're right. I should make sure that the Blackwolves aren't hiding in the cave of theirs again, mustering their strength. But I'll want some help. Will you travel with me to the Skunk Wolf's old hideout? It's south of the gatehouse and northeast of the Staddle Pond, near the, if you're right. I just talked to him
A
and we
lovely day,
travel
isn't
there.
it?
It's like, if he's leading me there, why do I need directions? Beats me.
Amdir's defeat shattered the back of the Black Walls, but pieces of the mystery remain unsolved.
Well, let's go and solve them.
Goodness.
Goodness, this place is quite a tomb. I wish we could just say all was peaceful and leave, but I suppose we need to do a better job than that. All right, no use putting off what must be done. Come along, and make sure that you have your blade at the ready in case we run into trouble. Blade? What blade? I got a couple of rocks. Careful, my friend. All manner of things could be living here now, or dead here now, or whatever here now. What are these things? Fighting giant crickets. Giant crickets. Alright. More giant crickets. Alright. Bree-land is infested with giant crickets. Big spiders. Big spiders in Mirkwood. Big spiders in Everlewine. Big crickets in Bree. We're gonna run to next. Ticks. Alright, Constable, what are these things? Neeker beakers. Neeker breakers. Alright. Well, let's breaker their knees. Very well. It's the last of them? Good. I'll be happy with that. Yeah, let's press on. Yes, I'm already up ahead here. And more of these. Well, we will be ready soon. A few more, and we are done. There. Oh. What's this? Dwarves. Amdir was just the beginning. Oh, Skorgrim. The White Hand will not have you. This is your last chance. Swear fealty to Angmar at once. Never! Then die! Oh well. That's not good. Nah. It's locked. Oh, dower heads. Alright. Let's get going. There you go. Hello there.
Can't you leave me to my misery?
You couldn't have come at a moment earlier, could ye? Afore the dwarf struck me through, maybe? Oh well, I suppose that's just the way of it. First it was Aegon saying that if we pledged to Angmar, we'd be made rich. Well, when that all fell apart, a few of us decided we didn't want anything to do with Angmar anymore. We started talking about a new followers, men who came up from the south. An ugly bunch they were, but at least they didn't seem likely to go raising fell spirits or some such on us. Seems though Angmar didn't like the prospect of us leaving them. That dwarf came along, and you see how that ended. Now I suppose the Blackwolves are at their end. Well, shows you that crime doesn't pay. Alright, okay. Hey, where are you going? I have no idea how I escaped this place. We'll never follow him now. Of course not. The villain always gets away.
Just a moment.
Well, it seems that strange dwarf escaped. How he got out of here is a mystery, and from that you said of the brigand's tale, that dwarf was the one who would have been worried about, not the Blackwolves. Well, I suppose the Blackwolves are truly broken now, but for some reason I still don't feel safe. Well, there's not much we could do here. You're best take tidings back to your friend Ranger.
The rangers which once guarded the borders of the Shire have been scattered or slain. Frodo has left the Shire, but great perils await him in Bree. I am too late. Someone must find him before the Nazgûl.
Very well. Now we're back at the inn. Now normally I would take the reward here right away. I think that's going to transport... I think that transports me back to Strider. Or does it? Let's see.
Oh, good
Actually,
day.
looks like I do finish the quest first. So I can pick up my trousers.
Might I speak with you a moment?
Now here. Okay, so therefore Chapter 4 sends me back there. But before I take Chapter 4, what I want to do is that we will take care of some business here in Combe. So come back next time where I will help tend to a horse here at Combe in the next episode of Pineleaf Plays, the Rune-keeper.